Oh, there's joy in Waterlooville tonight. No, it ain't Mudville because, hey, nobody's gotten a lot of ruts. But I mean, let's just say, hey, for the third time in a row, Waterloo wins the Class B1 title for the girls. Yes, Waterloo in their march toward avenging last year's loss in the state finals continued their march with a very emphatic put down of the ones that is the only blemish on them in regular season play the last 3 years. Palmyra Macedon. Yes, Palmac was leading at the half, but then Morgan Caraballo and the Tigers went on an emphatic run there in the third quarter, and they has pretty much said, hey, we're the team to beat. We're going all the way to Troy, and we're going all the way to win the state title. And what an emphatic put down of Palmac. And now Morgan Caraballo, who I should say was a beast throughout the entire tournament, and also won the most valuable player of the Class B1 tournament, is going to lead Waterloo and hopefully lead them and of course the entire team, let's just say. They're going to take on Hornell for the overall Class B title and the chance to get to the states to avenge their loss in the state finals. Well, you know what? I'm with them all the way, and I mean I'm behind them all the way. And yeah, I even got to hold the championship trophy when they came back with all the sirens blazing from the Waterloo PD and the Waterloo FD, helping to lead the way for the girls. Yep, Hornell. I mean, the team they beat by 22 points, if I'm correct, in the regular season. You know what? It'll be a pretty good play down in Pennies, advantage Waterloo. And you know what? I hope they don't eat too much chili. Of course, that's what Hornell's known for, chili. Or could it be Hormel? Who knows? Of course, other things Hornell is known for is maple syrup, and also a pretty good St. Patrick's Day parade, of which will happen in about a week and a half. Yep, St. Patrick's Day's a week and a half away, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But you want to know something? I'm with these ladies all the way. And next up, if they beat Hornell, which they should do, they're going to play the Section 6 champions in the Far West Regionals at Buffalo State. It could be either Depew or Southwestern. Let's just say the team that Waterloo played last year lost to Depew. Well, Lewiston Porter, sorry. Daryl Johnston's alma mater isn't going to play Waterloo and lose again. But, I mean, let's just take a look. Yeah, the names of those two Buffalo area schools. One of them, you gotta wonder how it got its name. Is it because it stinks all the time going through there? Yeah, it's no wonder when you drive through that suburb, especially when you drive down Transit Road, past the malls, past the plazas, past the Tim Hortons, past the Ted Hot Dogs, and go through the village. It's no wonder why you go, Depew. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's going to be an odor if it's Waterloo that plays them. Oh, I mean, how about the other one? Southwestern. Yeah, what a name for a high school. I mean, I find out that's there near Jamestown. Southwestern. Are they going to have tacos, enchiladas, chimichangas? Or are they going to have a mariachi band when they come to play Waterloo? Oh, what am I doing? You want to know something? Why couldn't they have a better name than Southwestern? Of course, it's in the southwestern part of the state. Jamestown's one of the first main cities once you enter New York from the southwest. Well, maybe that's how they took its name. Who knows? But whomever's Waterloo's going to play, be prepared. Waterloo's going to sacrifice. Oh. Well, you know I'm behind these Waterloo girls. You know I want them to avenge last year and win the state title. Be pretty cool if it happens to be Shalmont we come up against once we get to Troy. This time we can beat them. Oh, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, Kenny. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves at all. Let's go Waterloo. And speaking of that, kudos to the Waterloo boys. Pretty good improvement over last year. But they ran into the buzzsaw that was the Newark Reds. And I mean, Newark would go on to win the boys B1 title. You know, market improvement by the Waterloo boys. Good job, Coach Rice. Maybe it bodes well for the future of Waterloo boys basketball. Good job. We'll see you next year. But let's get behind the girls on their march to Troy and hopefully a state title. And while I was on the subject about Jamestown, I mean, Southwestern's a high school near Jamestown. Let's talk about Jamestown High School itself. Seems as though it's going under that mandate that Governor Hochul and others have said, hey, no more Native American nicknames. Jamestown High School itself is nicknamed the Red Raiders. And I mean, hell, Red Raiders are known by several schools around here. Heck, Palmyra Macedon is one. And I mean, Newark's nickname is the Reds. Canandaigua's nickname is the Braves. Red Jackets' nickname is the Indians. Boy, I mean, it's going to look a whole lot different, all because of our pretty Governor Hochul. I'll talk about her in a couple of minutes, but I mean, let's look at a couple things around Jamestown. I mean, it just seems as though everything and anything offends anybody. Yeah. Oh, you can't have Native American nicknames. Enough is enough. Why don't they change the names of two of the suburbs of Jamestown? Why don't they change Falconer? Don't they know that's offensive to birds? And how about Celeron, the suburb of Jamestown where Lucille Ball's family grew up? Don't they know that name's offensive to vegetables? You gotta wonder, why don't they change the Chautauqua Lake's name? Why don't they change Mayville, the town that's at the north end of Chautauqua Lake and is the county seat of Chautauqua County? Don't they know that's offensive to months or calendars? Yeah, when is this bull gonna stop? Enough saying, oh, I'm offended. Grow a pair and get with the program, for God's sake. You know, enough's enough. And I mean, finding out things about people, I mean, they find one minor discretion. Oh, we want to drop him and name it after somebody else. Yeah, so woke. Well, you know, there's one thing about me that's woke. I woke up this morning. But I mean, I digress. Enough with the name changing. Enough with this, because, hey, they're offended. You know what? If Jamestown wants to still be the Red Raiders, maybe they should be the Red Raiders. Hell, are they maybe Jamestown gonna look at one of its great native daughters, Lucille Ball, and name themselves the Ricardos? Heck, it might be offensive to Desi Arnaz's family, or it might be offensive to Hispanics. Who knows? I mean, that's my point. When is it gonna stop? Enough's enough. And I will say, I'm not gonna really say enough's enough, but enough's enough with Syracuse. You know what? After 4 straight games of taking a dump, finally in their regular season finale, they look pretty good, taking down Wake Forest. And so did Jesse Edwards, who saved his best for last. Yes, He had the best game of a Syracuse player for statistics since Paul Harris, nearly 14 years ago, with his 25 points and 20 rebounds. Monster game against Wake Forest. And guess what? Syracuse gets to do it all over again against Wake Forest tomorrow when their part of the ACC tournament starts. And I will say, it's how they do that is probably going to determine their postseason fate. Heck, they're even on the outside looking in for the NIT tournament. They pretty much need to win the entire tournament in order to get to the NCAAs. That's the only shot Syracuse has of making the NCAA tournament. They probably need to win 2 games or so to be able to have the NIT tournament committee looking at them. Because right now, the only chance they have to get into the postseason is probably the CBI tournament. And even then, do they want to play maybe 4 games in 5 days? You know, that's the way they got the CBI tournament. They really changed that around after COVID. It used to be they played on the campus, and then it was a best of 3 for the championship for the CBI. But I mean, they'll make changes to make it more interesting, but now it is held all in one place. I forget where. But I mean, do they even want to think about the CBI or even the Basketball Classic, the successor to the CollegeInsider.com tournament? Well, we'll see. I mean, Syracuse, they get started tomorrow against Wake Forest down in Greensboro. And if they win, yes, Jim Larrañaga and Miami awaits them on Thursday. It'll be an interesting run to see who becomes the ACC Tournament champion. Could it be the Orange? And of course, last Saturday it was pretty cool watching both Hakim Warrick and Gerry McNamara have their jerseys raised to the rafters, especially Gerry McNamara. Because you know what? As Boeheim said, without Gerry McNamara, we wouldn't have won 10 frickin' games this year. Was a very interesting ceremony, very cool, watching Warrick and McNamara with their families. We'll see. And of course, Boeheim with all of his speech, not really giving a hint here or there about what his future holds. Is he back next year? We'll know. We'll know soon enough. That's all I have to say about that. And you know what? Let's see how the Cuse does this week. And maybe we'll see him continue on. And if it's like last year and they don't continue on, well, you know what? I'll keep my show going as long as Waterloo keeps on playing. But I mean, we'll see what happens. Interesting week coming up. Go Waterloo. Beat Hornell. Don't eat too much chili. Don't eat too much maple syrup. And also, if you play Depew, don't make Depew stink. And if you play Southwestern, hey, tell them, get a better name, will you? On the way to Troy. See you there.